Hey guys, I'm back here again. Got a quick video here for you. We had a guy dropped off 2 lawnmowers here this past week. Here, dropped them off on Monday, and this is the first one he dropped off. This is a relatively new machine here. This is a Craftsman branded machine. It's no longer affiliated with the Sears name here for that specifically. It has the typical Briggs new generation overhead valve engine on the machine here as well too. So I just want to do a review of what was going on and why the machine wasn't starting over here, because the customer took it upon themselves to try to solve the problem with the recoil unit, and in the process he totally destroyed it right here for that. He brought it over as it is, and the machine was totally destroyed. He was missing all kind of bolts and paraphernalia for the item over here as well too. And what happened, we'll show you right here. He took the recoil unit off the machine. He lost all the bolts on the top cover on here. They have 3 bolts on the top right here. You need 3 bolts to mount the recoil unit to the top of the engine right here for the shroud, so you have proper airflow for the engine, so when it's cooling down you have the shroud on here. It actually is used as a medium to push air down on top of the engine. And the guy took the whole entire thing apart. He even told me he took the spring out here as well too, and the spring's no longer worth keeping there. The spring is bent on it. As you see right here, the spring is definitely bent, and we cannot reuse that. And this is the housing, and he's basically missing all the internal components right here for that. He's missing the dogs, missing all the keeper and then the other internal parts right here for that. And I have a secondary recoil unit next to it right here for reference points, so you can see what was actually happened to it right here for it. It's missing all the parts. You have a side-by-side comparison between them two right here. This is a recoil unit. I have a machine. It's a 2016, and as you see right here, it's totally together. And he's missing the 2 dogs. He's missing the dogs. You have these 2 dogs that engage on here and engage against the top of the flywheel adapter for the recoil unit. This thing's totally missing on here for that. This they have a pin. This white piece is missing on his right here. And we asked the guy what was going on. He was originally telling us the machine would not start out there for that, because he was giving us limited information, and we always tell people up front that we have to have the exact problems going on the machine in order to help you and get the machine repaired get the machine repaired properly and efficiently. Because if a customer withholds the information about a job, we're basically going on limited information, and we might be doing something blindfolded basically, because the customer is unwilling or unable to tell us what needs to be done and what's going on in their job. So we always tell people to have to disclose every single thing about a job, so we can help them to the greatest extent. Because if they withhold information, we can't do our job right, because the customer is not being honest about the repair and what's going on with the job. So we got that out of him, and the recoil unit, you see right here, is totally screwed up. And here's the top cover on here. This is the Sears, or the Craftsman M110 right here with that. So this has the newer generation Craftsman badge right here for that. This is not the older one. It has Sears Craftsman name. It's just simply Craftsman because they spun it off from Sears, because Sears is basically bankrupt and broke. So in order to take the recoil unit out of these machines right here, you have these tabs on the outside. You can basically swap out the recoil unit relatively easy. It only takes about 3 to 5 minutes basically, if you have a couple flat blade screwdrivers right here for that. And this is what the recoil unit looks like taken out of the whole housing right here specifically for that. This is the older one I have right here. This is a 2016. Let me see the tag on it somewhere around it, but it's a 2016 because they have a date time code stamped onto the shroud housing assembly right here for that. Up in the front here, you have a date time code stamp. This one right here is a 2016 for reference points, and this other one right here for the guy's machine, this is a 2018 right here as well too. So That's a 2016 and 2018. 2018 is the orange one, and a 2016 is the older one right here for reference points. These recoil units, as I said before, they only take about 3 to 5 minutes to get out. And what you have to do is to push down on these tabs. They have these tabs on the outer portion of the recoil unit. You have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. You have 4 tabs, or 4 general tab areas located on here that has 2 tabs per location. So you have 2, 4, 6, and 8. 8 tabs that have to be pushed back slightly, and you can accomplish that by using 2 screwdrivers. You have these 2 screwdrivers. I got it right here. I got a slightly larger one right here for reference points. It's about the size of a pen. And you have a small one right here. This one's here, a little bit smaller than a typical pen. And what you do is you stick the screwdrivers underneath the little lip. They have a little lip right here, and I can show you that right here. These things have a little lip. You can get a better angle here for you in the sun. Sorry about that. There we go. You have a little lip on the one portion of the piece right here for that. You have a little lip, a little indentation right down here, and you can stick the screwdriver right down inside there, and it'll pop it out. So what you want to do is you want to pry that away from the housing by doing that. So you have a big enough screwdriver here. You can put it right inside here, and you pry that up. The other portion right here, it does not have that little elongated tip right here for that. There's nothing here. So what you have to do is you push in. You want to pry that away from the housing on here to get the first notch, the first keeper off. And once you get that first one off, the whole plastic housing is going to move forward, so you can have the second one taken off as well too. So then you proceed on to the next one, and you take the next one out, and so on and so forth. So that's how you get the recoil unit out of the actual plastic housing right here for reference points. These recoil units, they're not too expensive either for that. This one right here, this is the current model, if you want to call it that. You can get them on eBay for about 30, 35 bucks basically, or you can get a whole new a used housing that includes this thing right here, plus the recoil unit for probably about 15, 20 bucks on eBay, a used one. Me personally, I recommend getting a brand new recoil unit. If your recoil unit is screwed up, like this guy's one, he's missing all the internal components right here for that, because he did a botched job. He screwed it up. He's missing all the keeper pieces on it like that. The guy didn't know what he was doing. He screwed up the spring over here as well too. So as you see before, spring's all botched, totally screwed up. So it definitely needs a whole new recoil unit, and they're, like I said before, they're typically about 20, 25, 30 bucks depending on where you find them on eBay. And this is for the new generation Briggs Stratton overhead valve engine here as well too. That's the typical recoil cover unit right there. That's what it looks like. And you have your model number and serial number on the front right here as well too. Typically this one only has the serial number right here specifically for that, but this guy's job right here, he has the information tab that has the model number and serial number on here as well too. So this is a 2018 model. So you have the information here, you have the serial number, you have your engine model number here as well too, plus your barcode and a little scan thing for your smartphone thing right there as well too. So we'll give you a shot of the other side here as well too. They also have the model number and serial number over here as well too. There we go. So we're on the other side, right side of the engine. This one is a 09P702024-3F1, and the date of manufacturer is right here at 10/26/2018. So you have 2 areas where you can find the information you need for the parts of the engine. They have the front cover right here over by the carb. It's this metal piece right here, and you also have the other piece right here. It's actually stenciled, stenciled into block as it is right here. So you have 2 pieces where you can get your information from this machine. So that's what needed to be done to the job here. He was missing the bolts. We had some bolts sitting over here. We can, as a test means to test the machine out. I got a couple spare ones right here to slap on. But that's everything about the recoil unit right here. For that, if anybody had any questions or comments about these things, I thought it'd be a good idea to do a quick video detailing the recoil unit here, because this is the first time we had a customer try to take the machine's recoil unit apart and you know, take it apart and re-spool it, because the guy kept on saying the recoil unit wasn't working correctly, it wasn't hanging up, and they want to take it upon themselves to take it apart and put a new piece of rope on to the recoil unit and see if they can fix it themselves. But as you see right here, it it was not successful for the client. So I'll put a link at the bottom of the description down here if you want to purchase a new recoil unit for your machine here. These things are like an interchangeable universal recoil unit for these new overhead valve engines. So if you want to purchase one, I'll put the link at the bottom of the description tab. I'll put the link detailing the information about the engine here as well too, so you can have the information for the engine and also the part number and information for the model number of the whole machine here as well too. This is the Sears Craft, or the new Craftsman model with the newer Briggs Stratton 2018 engine on this one here, specifically for that, with the overhead valve auto choke carb on here as well too, guys. So if anybody has any comments, questions, whatnot, as usual, feel free to leave me a message here, and I'll try to get back to you within probably 24 to 48 hours about this one specific issue. I'll see you guys. Have a nice day.